In a small town on Earth, there lived a boy named Leo. He was bright and curious, always exploring the world around him. He had a best friend named Mia, who lived just a few houses away. They spent every day together, laughing, playing games, and sharing secrets. But one summer, everything changed. Mia's family had to move to a new city, far away from Leo. The day Mia left, Leo felt a heavy sadness in his heart. He watched as her family loaded boxes into a big moving truck. Mia smiled and waved goodbye, but Leo could only stand there, frozen, wishing she wouldn't go. The laughter they shared echoed in his mind, but now it felt like a distant memory dot as the weeks passed. Leo tried to fill the emptiness. He played video games, read books, and hung out with other friends, but nothing felt the same. Mia was not just a friend. She was a part of him. Without her, everything felt dull and gray. He missed their adventures, their late-night talks, and the way she always knew how to make him laugh. One evening, sitting alone in his room, Leo decided he couldn't let their friendship fade away. He stared at the screen of his phone, hesitant. He wanted to message Mai, but what if she had forgotten about him? What if she was too busy making new friends in her new city? Doubts clouded his mind, but he pushed them aside. He had to try. Taking a deep breath, Leo opened a chat with Mia. His fingers hovered over the keyboard, unsure of what to say. Finally, he typed, "Hey, Mia, I miss you. How are you doing?" He hit send and felt a rush of hope, mixed with anxiety. Would she reply? Days went by, and Leo checked his phone constantly, but there was no response. He felt his heart sink further. Maybe she really had moved on. Maybe he was just a distant memory, like a faded photograph. Still, he couldn't give up. He decided to write her a letter, the old-fashioned way, pouring out his feelings onto paper. "Dear Mia," he wrote, "I miss you so much. Things aren't the same without you here. I remember the time we built that huge fort in my backyard, and we pretended to be explorers in a magical land. I wish we could do that again. I hope you are happy in your new home, but I want you to know that I'm thinking of you every day." After sealing the envelope, Leo placed it in the mailbox, feeling a mix of hope and fear. He wanted Mia to know that he still cared, that their friendship still mattered. Each day, he waited anxiously for a reply, but weeks passed with no word. The silence felt heavy, and Leo's heart ached. One Saturday, Leo decided to take a walk to clear his mind. He wandered to the park where he and Mia used to play. As he sat on the swings, he remembered all the laughter they shared. Suddenly, he heard a familiar voice. "Leo!" It was Mia. She stood at the entrance of the park, looking just as he remembered, bright-eyed and full of energy. "Hey!" Leo jumped off the swing, running toward her. They hugged tightly, and everything felt right again. "I can't believe you're here. I missed you so much," Mia exclaimed. "I wanted to surprise you. I've been thinking about you too." Leo felt a rush of warmth and joy. They spent the afternoon catching up, sharing stories about their new lives. Mia told him about her new school and the friends she had made, while Leo shared his adventures and how much he missed her. They laughed and reminisced about their childhood escapades, feeling the distance between them fade away. As the sun began to set, casting a warm golden glow over the park, Leo felt a spark of hope. Their friendship was stronger than he thought. Even though they lived far apart, they could still connect and support each other. He realized that true friends could bridge any distance. Before Mia left that day, she pulled something out of her backpack. It was a small, colorful bracelet she had made for Leo before she moved. "I wanted you to have this. It's a reminder that we're still friends, no matter how far apart we are." Leo's heart swelled with happiness. He put on the bracelet. feeling like Mia was with him, even when she wasn't. "Thank you, Mia. I'll treasure it always." As they said their goodbyes, Leo felt a renewed sense of hope. He knew that he could reach out to Mia any time, whether through texts, calls, or letters. Their friendship was not just about being physically close. It was about the bond they shared, the memories they created, and the support they gave each other. When Leo returned home, he felt lighter, as if a weight had been lifted off his shoulders. He realized that distance could never truly separate them. They could laugh, share, and care for each other from anywhere in the world. And that realization filled him with warmth. In the days that followed, Leo and Mia continued to stay in touch. They talked often, sharing their lives and encouraging each other through challenges. Leo learned that it was okay to miss someone, but also important to celebrate the bond they shared. Their friendship thrived, transcending distance and time. Eventually, Leo found himself smiling more often, filled with hope and excitement for the future. He knew that no matter where life took them, their connection would remain strong. Just like the young alien warrior who laughed at his armor, Leo had discovered his strength, not just in the friendship he cherished, but in the courage to reconnect and hold on to what mattered most. As he looked at the bracelet on his wrist, Leo smiled. He understood now that true friendship could withstand any challenge, just like a warrior facing battles with laughter and heart. And so, he embraced the journey ahead, ready to face whatever came, knowing that Mia would always be a part of his life. After their heartwarming reunion in the park, Leo felt a renewed sense of connection with Mia. They had promised to stay in touch, but as the days turned into weeks, Leo began to feel that familiar ache of distance creeping back in. Even though they talked regularly on the phone and exchanged messages, he missed the easy laughter and spontaneous adventures they used to share. One evening, Leo sat on his bed, scrolling through pictures on his phone. He found an old photo of him and Mia, grinning widely with ice cream smeared on their faces. It brought back a flood of memories, the silly games, the tiny adventures in their neighborhood, and the countless hours spent dreaming about the future. He wished he could go back to those carefree days when they were inseparable. Leo sighed, feeling a mix of nostalgia and sadness. He loved talking to Mia, but it felt different now. They were both busy with school and new friends, and sometimes their conversations felt forced, as if they were trying to hold on to something that was slipping away. He longed to bridge that gap and rekindle their friendship, determined to reconnect. More deeply, Leo hatched a plan. He remembered how much Mia loved art and how they used to create their own comic books together. He decided to send her a surprise package filled with art supplies and a letter. In the letter, he would invite her to create a new comic together, even if it meant doing it from afar. The next day, Leo gathered supplies, colored pencils, sketchbooks, and some fun stickers. He worked hard on the letter, writing about how much he missed the creative sessions and how he wanted to start a new adventure, even if it was through the mail. He sealed everything in a colorful box and took it to the post office, feeling excited and hopeful. When Mia received the package, she was overjoyed. She called Leo immediately, her voice bubbling with excitement. "Leo, this is amazing. I can't believe you sent me all this stuff. I thought we could create a comic together, even though we're far apart," he said, smiling at the sound of her laughter. "We can each draw our own pages and then swap them." Mia loved the idea. "That sounds so fun. I've missed our comic-making days. Let's do it. I can't wait to show you what I come up with." As they discussed their plans, Leo felt a spark of joy reigniting. They spent the next hour brainstorming ideas for their comic, weaving a story about two brave warriors traveling through a magical land. The characters they created resembled themselves, filled with courage and adventure. Over the next few weeks, Leo and Mia worked diligently on their comic. They would call each other every few days to share progress, and each conversation felt more natural and enjoyable. Mia told him about her new school, her art classes, and her growing circle of friends. Leo shared stories about his life too, and they still laughed at the same silly jokes they used to love. One night, Leo stayed up late, sketching the final pages of their comic. He poured all his feelings into the drawings, capturing the essence of their friendship. He drew the two characters standing side by side, ready to face any challenge together. As he finished, he felt a sense of accomplishment and hope. Their bond was not just surviving, it was thriving. When the comic was finally complete, Leo sent it off to Mia with a note. "I hope you love it. I can't wait to see what you think and what you've created. Remember, we're still a team, no matter the distance." A few days later, Leo received a package in return. His heart raced as he opened it. Inside was their comic, now filled with Mia's vibrant drawings and ideas. She had added her own touches, making the story even richer and more exciting. At the end, she had written a heartfelt message. "Thank you for reminding me that distance doesn't matter when you have a true friend. I can't wait for our next adventure." Leo felt tears of joy in his eyes. Their friendship was blossoming in ways he never imagined. They were still connected, still sharing their lives and dreams, despite the miles between them. It was a powerful realization that distance could not diminish the strength of their bond. As the weeks turned into months, Leo and Mia continued their comic project, creating new. After Mia's visit, Leo felt a warm glow in his heart. Their time together had reminded him of the special bond they shared, and he cherished the memories they created during those few days. However, as the excitement faded and life returned to normal, he couldn't shake the feeling of distance that always seemed to linger. Though they talked regularly and exchanged messages, Leo still felt a gap that made him sad. Back home, Leo missed the easy laughter they shared. He longed for those spontaneous moments when they would simply sit and talk for hours, dreaming about the future and their adventures. Now, their conversations felt more like updates than the deep connections they once had. Leo wanted to bridge that gap again, but he didn't know how. One evening, he sat at his desk, staring at his sketchbook. He had been working on a new comic, inspired by his friendship with Mia. The pages were filled with drawings of two brave warriors traveling through a magical world, facing challenges together. But something felt missing. He realized that the heart of their story was not just about adventures, but also about maintaining their bond despite the distance. Feeling inspired, Leo decided to create something special. He wanted to remind Mia that their friendship was still strong, even if they couldn't see each other every day. He began to draw a new comic, but this time it would be a story about their friendship and the obstacles they faced. He wanted to show how they were like the warriors in his drawings, brave and determined to stay connected. No matter what. As he sketched, Leo poured his feelings onto the pages. He drew scenes of the two characters overcoming challenges, supporting each other, and celebrating their victories. He illustrated moments of loneliness and longing, but also moments of hope and joy. Each stroke of his pencil reminded him of the importance of their friendship, and he felt a renewed sense of purpose. After completing the comic, Leo printed it out and carefully packaged it with a heartfelt letter. In the letter, he wrote about how much Mia meant to him and how their friendship inspired him to keep creating. "Even when we're far apart, our bond is still strong," he wrote. "I want us to always be there for each other, just like these characters in our stories." With excitement and hope in his heart, Leo mailed the package to Mia, feeling like a young warrior sending a message across the stars. He couldn't wait to hear her thoughts on the comic. Days passed, and Leo found himself checking the mailbox every day. He missed Mia's laughter and the way they could share ideas freely. Sometimes he wondered if she felt the same way. Did she think about him as much as he thought about her? Finally, one afternoon, a letter arrived from Mia. He opened it eagerly, his heart pounding. "Leo, I got your package, and I love the comic. It made me cry and laugh at the same time. You captured our friendship perfectly. I've been feeling distant too, and your drawings reminded me how special we are to each other." She wrote. Leo felt a wave of relief wash over him. Mia understood. They both felt the same way. She continued, "I've been thinking about ways we can stay connected. How about we start a monthly challenge? We can each create something based on a theme and share it with each other. It could be art, stories, or even videos. What do you think?" The idea filled Leo with excitement. This was just what he needed. A way to keep their friendship alive and creative. He quickly replied, "I love that idea. Let's do it. We can choose a theme for each month and share our creations. This will help us stay connected and inspired." As they began their monthly challenges, Leo felt a shift in their friendship. Each time they shared their creations, it felt like they were sitting together again, laughing and dreaming. They would set themes like adventure, friendship, and future dreams. Leo would draw illustrations while Mia painted beautiful landscapes or wrote short stories. Their creativity flourished, and with each challenge, they felt closer. One month, the theme was overcoming challenges. Leo decided to create a comic about two warriors facing their fears. He drew characters that looked like him and Mia, fighting against dragons that represented their struggles. He poured his heart into the story, showing how, together, they could conquer anything. When he sent it to Mia, he felt anxious. Would she connect with the theme? Would she see the deeper meaning behind the drawings? A few days later, Mia replied with excitement, "Leo, this is amazing. I love how you captured our journey. It made me realize that even when we're apart, we can still face our fears together. You inspire me to be brave." Leo felt a rush of happiness. Their friendship had transformed into something even more powerful. They were not just friends. They were allies on a journey, supporting each other through every challenge life threw at them. As the months passed, their bond grew stronger. They created new stories together, filled with hope, courage, and creativity. Leo learned to embrace the distance as an opportunity to explore new ways to connect with Mia. He felt like a true warrior, fighting for his friendship and never giving up, no matter the obstacles. One day, while working on a new comic, Leo had an idea. He wanted to surprise Mia with something special for their next challenge. He decided to create a comic that combined all their past themes into one epic adventure. He worked tirelessly, blending their stories into a grand tale of two courageous warriors embarking on a journey across magical lands, facing dragons, and overcoming fears. The comic would symbolize their friendship and all the memories they had created together. When he finally finished, Leo couldn't wait to share it. He carefully packaged the comic with a note. "This is our story, a celebration of our friendship and everything we've overcome together. No matter where we are always connected." When Mia received the package, she was overwhelmed with emotion. She called Leo the moment she opened it. "Leo, this is incredible. You captured everything we've been through. It's beautiful." As they talked, Leo felt tears of joy in his eyes. They had come so far, and their friendship had become a source of strength and inspiration. They had built a bridge across the distance, showing that true connections could withstand anything. In that moment, Leo realized that he was not just a boy missing his friend. He was a warrior brave and determined to keep their friendship alive. And as they laughed together over the phone, he knew that no distance would ever change the bond they shared. Their journey was far from over, but together they were ready to face whatever lay ahead. united by hope, creativity, and an unbreakable friendship. Just like the young alien warrior, Leo had learned that true strength comes from within and from the connections we cherish the most. Asterisk, as the seasons changed, Leo and Mia continued their monthly challenges, each one strengthening their bond. They took turns choosing themes, and with every new project, they filled their lives with creativity and joy. However, a few months had passed since Mia's last visit, and Leo began to feel that familiar ache of distance creeping back into his heart. Even though they communicated regularly, Leo sometimes felt the gap between them grow larger. School was busy, and both of them were making new friends. Leo found himself wondering if Mia was still as invested in their friendship as he was. He missed the days when they could just hang out, laugh, and share everything in person. One day, as Leo sat at his desk, staring at a blank page, he couldn't shake the feeling of sadness. He wanted to do something special for Mia, something that would remind her of their friendship and how much she meant to him. He thought about all the adventures they had shared and how much he missed those moments. Suddenly, an idea struck him. What if he created a scrapbook filled with memories of their friendship? He could include pictures, drawings, and notes about all the fun times they had together. This could be a tangible reminder of their bond. Leo felt a spark of excitement. This was it. That weekend, Leo gathered supplies, colored paper, markers, scissors, and glue. He started by going through old photos on his phone, selecting the best moments that captured their friendship. He found pictures of their ice cream fights, their comic book creations, and even their silly faces during video calls. Each image brought a smile to his face and reminded him of how special Mia was. As he worked, Leo wrote little notes to go with each picture. Remember this day at the park? He wrote next to a photo of them swinging side by side. We laughed until our stomachs hurt. He poured his heart into the scrapbook, decorating each page with drawings and stickers that reflected their adventures. After several hours, Leo finally finished the scrapbook. He felt proud of what he had created. It was more than just a collection of memories. It was a celebration of their friendship. He decided to mail it to Mia as a surprise. In his letter he wrote, "I made this for you to remind us of all the fun we've had together. No matter how far apart we are, our memories will always keep us close." The next day, Leo rushed to the post office, excited and hopeful. He could already imagine Maya's reaction when she opened the package. He felt like a warrior preparing for an important mission, determined to show his friend how much she meant to him. Days passed, and Leo checked the mailbox every day, waiting for Mia's response. Finally, one afternoon, he received a message from her. "Leo, I got your package. I can't believe you made this for me. It's incredible." Leo's heart soared as he read her words. They arranged a video call so they could talk about the scrapbook together. As spring blossomed into summer, Leo and Mia continued to grow closer through their shared creativity. Their virtual comic series had become a testament to their friendship, filled with laughter, adventure, and heartfelt moments. But despite their success, Leo still felt a lingering distance. Both of them were busy with school and new activities, and sometimes it felt like they were living in two different worlds. One sunny afternoon, Leo sat outside under the big oak tree in his backyard. He was sketching ideas for their next comic, but his mind kept wandering to Mia. He missed her presence. He thought about how much they used to hang out, talk, and share their dreams. Now, their conversations were often brief, squeezed in between homework and other commitments. Leo sighed, feeling a wave of sadness wash over him. He wanted to reconnect with Mia on a deeper level, but he didn't know how to bridge the gap that seemed to be growing. He picked up his phone and scrolled through their recent messages. They were full of comic panels and ideas, but not much. Personal talk. He missed their long chats where they shared everything. Suddenly, an idea sparked in his mind. What if he invited Mia to a summer adventure? He could plan a special day where they could reconnect in person, just like old times. It would give them both something to look forward to and help strengthen their friendship. With excitement bubbling inside him, Leo grabbed a piece of paper and began to write. He proposed a day at the beach where they could build sandcastles, swim in the ocean, and share stories like they used to. He imagined how much fun they would have, and it made him smile. After finishing the letter, Leo sealed it in an envelope and headed to the post office. He was nervous but hopeful. As he walked, he thought about the happiness that would come from seeing Mia again. It felt like a mission like the brave warriors in his comic who faced challenges to reach their goals. When the letter arrived at Mia's house, she was surprised and delighted. She read it with a smile, her heart warmed by Leo's thoughtful invitation. "I'd love to come," she replied quickly. "I miss you so much, and a day at the beach sounds perfect." The days passed quickly, and Leo could hardly contain his excitement. He made plans for their beach day, thinking of all the little things they could do together. He packed a picnic with sandwiches, fruits, and cookies, Mia's favorite. He also prepared some art supplies so they could draw together by the shore. Finally, the day arrived. Leo woke up early, his heart racing with anticipation. He dressed quickly and made sure everything was ready. He couldn't wait to see Mia again. As he drove to the beach, he imagined all the fun they would have. When he arrived, the sun was shining brightly, and the sound of waves crashing filled the air. Leo spotted Mia sitting on a blanket, her hair blowing in the breeze. She looked just as he remembered, and his heart leaped with joy. "Mia!" he called out, running toward her. She turned, and her face lit up with a big smile. "Leo!" They hugged tightly, and in that moment, it felt like no time had passed at all. "I'm so glad you're here," Leo said, beaming. "Me too. I've missed you so much," Mia replied, her eyes sparkling with happiness. They spread out the blanket and laid out the picnic. As they ate, they talked about everything: their favorite books, new friends, and even the latest episodes of their favorite shows. It felt so natural, just like old times. Leo felt the weight of distance lifting as they shared laughter and stories. After the picnic, they decided to take a walk along the beach. The sand felt warm under their feet, and the ocean stretched endlessly before them. They collected seashells and built a small sandcastle, laughing at their silly designs. Leo felt a sense of joy he hadn't experienced in a long time. As they walked, Leo suddenly felt brave. He wanted to open up about how he had been feeling. "Mia, I've missed you a lot. Sometimes I feel like we're drifting apart, even with our comic and calls. I really want to keep our friendship strong." Mia paused for a moment, looking thoughtful. "I've felt the same way, Leo. I love our comic, but I miss our long talks and hanging out like we used to. I guess life got busy, but I don't want to lose what we have." Leo nodded, relieved to hear her say that. "Exactly. I was worried you might not feel the same. I want us to be closer like before. It's important to me." Mia smiled warmly. "Me too, Leo. Let's promise to make time for each other, even when life gets busy. We can set up regular calls, plan more days like this, and keep our adventures going. Deal," Leo said, feeling a sense of hope wash over him. They both knew that friendships require effort, and they were willing to put in that work. After their heartfelt conversation, they sat down on the beach, watching the waves crash against the shore. Leo pulled out his drawing supplies and began sketching the ocean scene in front of them. Mia joined in, and together they created a beautiful piece of art. Blending their styles into something unique. as the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. Leo felt grateful. This day had reminded him of the strength of their friendship and the importance of staying connected. They were like the warriors in their comic, facing challenges together and never giving up on each other. "I'm so glad we had this day," Leo said, looking at Mia. "It feels like we've rekindled our friendship." "Me too, Leo. This was perfect," Mia replied, her smile radiant. They watched the sun dip below the horizon, feeling a renewed sense of hope. They realized that distance might come and go, but their friendship would always be there, strong and vibrant as they packed up their things. Leo felt a sense of excitement for the future. He knew that they could face any challenges that came their way, just like the brave warriors in their comic. They had proven that true friendship can withstand any distance, and they were ready to continue their adventures together. With the beach behind them and a bright future ahead, Leo and Mia walked side by side, their hearts filled with joy and hope. They were not just friends. They were allies, ready to face whatever came next, just like the young alien warrior who laughed at his armor, knowing that true strength lies in connection and the courage to reach out. After their wonderful day at the beach, Leo felt a renewed sense of hope about his friendship with Mia. They had promised to stay connected, and he was determined to keep that promise. As summer rolled on, they began to plan more activities together, both online and in person, to strengthen their bond. However, as the weeks passed, Leo noticed that their regular calls and messages began to dwindle. Mia was busy with summer activities, including a part-time job and new friends at her school. Leo understood that life could get busy, but he couldn't help but feel a sense of distance creeping back into their friendship. One evening, Leo sat in his room, feeling a bit sad. He missed their long conversations and the laughter they shared. He picked up his sketchbook and began to draw. This time, he drew a scene of two warriors standing on a cliff, looking out over a vast landscape. They were ready for new adventures, but Leo felt like they were stuck at a crossroads in their own lives. He put down his pencil and grabbed his phone. He wanted to reach out to Mia, but felt nervous. What if she was too busy to talk? What if she didn't miss him as much as he missed her? Leo took a deep breath and decided to send her a message anyway. "Hey, Mia. I hope you're doing well. I've been thinking about you and missing our chats. Do you have some time to catch up soon?" After hitting send, Leo felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. He hoped she would reply soon. The next day, he received a response. "Hi, Leo. I'm so sorry I've been Mia. I've been really busy with work and school. I miss you too. Let's definitely catch up. How about a video call this weekend?" Relief washed over Leo. "That sounds great. I can't wait to talk." As the weekend approached, Leo felt excited but also nervous. He wanted to share his feelings with Mia and reconnect deeply. He prepared for the call by thinking about what he wanted to say. He wanted to let her know how much her friendship meant to him and how he wanted to keep their bond strong. Finally, the day arrived. Leo set up his laptop, making sure everything was ready. When the call started, Mia's face appeared on the screen, and his heart lifted. "Hey, Leo," she said, her smile brightening the room. "It's so good to see you." "You too, Mia." "I've missed you," Leo replied, feeling a rush of happiness. They spent a few minutes catching up, talking about their lives, and sharing funny stories from their summer experiences. Leo could see that Mia was happy, but he also noticed a hint of stress in her eyes. He decided it was time to address the distance he had been feeling. "Mia, I want to talk about something that's been on my mind," Leo began, his voice steady but gentle. "I've been feeling a bit distant lately, and I miss our conversations. I know life gets busy, but I want to make sure we stay connected." Mia looked thoughtful for a moment. "I feel the same way, Leo. I've been juggling so much, and I didn't realize how much I missed our talks. I really value our friendship, and I don't want to lose that. Leo felt a sense of warmth in his chest. I think we just need to find a way to make time for each other, even when things get hectic. Maybe we can schedule regular calls or set up some fun challenges like we did before. That's a great idea. Mia agreed, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. How about we set a specific day each week to catch up? We could also do monthly challenges to keep things fun. I'd love that, Leo said, feeling relieved. Let's make it happen.